a sport brimming with stars, distinguishing oneself could be a daunting challenge, especially when struggling to stand out. Bakhram Murtazaliev, hailing from Russia, fought his way up the ranks with little recognition. This lack of visibility made it difficult to build a career, as many champions viewed him as a high-risk, low-reward opponent. A well-schooled boxer with a limited fan base, opportunities were scarce, and Murtazaliev often had to bid his time, accepting step-aside money from champions as chances seemed to slip away. It wasn't until 2024, a decade into his career, that he experienced his breakout year. With Jamel Charlo vacating all his belts, the IBF Super Welterweight Champion became available. Murtazaliev seized his chance at the vacant world title against veteran Jack Coquet, leaving no room for doubt by finishing the veteran in the 11th round. With the belt in hand, Murtazaliev gained leverage. Tim Tszyu, coming off his first career loss to Fundora, a defeat many attributed to a severe cut, was the next challenge. Entering the fight as a 7-1 favorite, Tszyu was widely expected to reclaim his status as a two-time world champion. However, Murtazaliev had other plans. He dominated Tszyu, knocking him down multiple times before Tszyu's corner intervened and threw in the towel. Murtazaliev exemplifies a fighter who quietly ascended the ranks, often overlooked due to his lack of high-profile belts. Yet, when the moment arrived, he demonstrated to the world that the dark horse still rides strong, proving his worth in the ring. With an undefeated record of 23-0, including 17 knockouts, Bakhram Murtazaliev exemplifies the pressure boxer puncher style. The approach blends forward movement and aggression of a pressure fighter with the technical skills and power of a boxer puncher.
Очень действенное оружие, выдергивает на себя он Мусаева. Амплитудное в исполнении Муртазалиева ищет. Муртазалиев своего соперника.
Murtazaliev is a well-schooled boxer with solid fundamentals, excelling in his craft. He effectively utilizes a sturdy spear-like jab, which is crucial for his success, as he performs best from the outside. The powerful jab keeps opponents at the end of his punches, allowing him to maintain control of the fight. As a pressure-driven boxer, it's vital for him to keep the jab pumping. If his jab can reach his opponents, his cross is also within range to inflict damage. His footwork is impressive, as he consistently circles around opponents to avoid being trapped against the ropes and skillfully pulls back to stay out of range when needed. Murtazaliev's excellent balance ensures he is always steady on his feet, ready to deliver powerful punches when an opportunity presents itself. A well-balanced boxer like him is always in position to either attack or defend, with his footwork bringing him into range and his balance enabling him to execute with precision.
I haven't seen him once, Bakhram, though.
Up to the light heavyweight championship of the world, the WBO champ is for the Teofimo Lopez fight. That's 10 rounds against Diego Magdaleno, and the main event is
Murtazaliev is a typical pressure fighter, but a term often conjures images of a charging bull. Murtazaliev thrives by jabbing from the outside. Despite having a diverse array of punches at his disposal, he demonstrates that simplicity is key. He can inflict significant damage using just a straightforward jab, cross, and left hook. From a distance, his jab and cross act like a sniper shot, while the left hook helps him to reset back into stance.
Looking forward to it. Stay with us right here on ESPN+. These two and 12 years difference at 26 and 38 years old. And
for 38 years.
This approach is particularly effective because he skillfully manipulates range. When opponents attempt to close the distance, Murtazaliev adeptly pulls back out of range and counters. He sets a clever trap by lowering his lead hand, creating an illusion of vulnerability. Opponents often fall short into his trap, discovering it's too late that the punches fall short and are met with a counterattack. It's a simple yet effective strategy. Punch from the outside, pull back and counter when the opponent engages. Though it appears straightforward, it requires precise execution to be truly effective.
Veteran. And he's been able to show that in various moments. He's been hurt in the fight.
By Murtazaliev. Big Murtazaliev. And the right hand. And again, both of these men throwing big left. There's a right hand by the champion.
Un boxeador que está entrando en esta pelea. Murtazaliev ahora empezando a cortar el camino del Golden Jack. Kokai ha regresado.
Fighting from the outside enables Murtazaliev to apply pressure while maintaining a safe distance. This strategic middle ground provides him enough time to react to his opponent's moves. There's no need for fancy footwork or flashy punches. Instead, he relies on a slow, steady grind to wear his opponents down. In boxing, it's often said that the strongest punch is at the end of your reach, and that's exactly where Murtazaliev keeps his opponents. When necessary, he pulls back or steps around to reset, then immediately returns to his jab to continue grinding them down.
In the brown trunks, the champion, Murtazaliev.
Murtazaliev throws these interesting hooks, left hooks, right hooks, getting around the guard.
Of the night, Joe Chiambo out of New York City. Dropped him twice.
2 knockdowns in.
He's also not setting up his right hands at all. He's just looking to throw at the same time as in a deep hole here in round 3.
There's a left hooks around the guard that I talked about in the first round.
A puncher like Murtazaliev possesses excellent balance, which translates into powerful punches. He achieves great leverage by turning into each punch and following through effectively. What makes him even more dangerous is the precision of his strikes. Murtazaliev doesn't just throw punches blindly. He carefully plans each one, meticulously choosing the placement.
Por Jack Kokai. ¡Wow! Gran combinaciones contra Kokai. Kokai aturdido. Ganchos. Derechazo. Gancho zurdo. ¡Wow! Golpes devastadores para Murtazaliev.
When he finds his rhythm, he begins to assemble combinations, attacking his opponents from all angles. By maintaining a high pace, he aims to wear down opponents over the course of the fight. Unlike most pressure fighters who throw punches, hoping 1 out of 3 will land, Murtazaliev adopts a more calculated approach. He uses each punch to strategically create openings for his power shots. He never neglects targeting the body and ensures his punches are placed accurately to land cleanly.
A lot of fight fans familiar with that gym every round, and we'll see if it. Then instead of
Look how he's picking those shots. Hey, start off with that right hand at first and kind of rocked him. Look his time. He wasn't rushing. He took his time.
It's all about the placement of his feet. Once he's in range, he plants his feet firmly, enabling him to generate the rotation and leverage needed for his punches. Murtazaliev steps in only as much as necessary, ensuring his feet remains anchored. From there, it's all about his timing, as he creates and finds openings to exploit.
Little short left hook on the inside. These hooks.
Being a pressure fighter requires the durability to withstand punches in return. In a firefight, it's inevitable that someone walks away unscathed. Murtazaliev is a resilient fighter with a granite chin, willing to trade blows to maintain control of the fight. With his strong chin, he could give as much as he could take, testing the heart of his opponents to see if they're willing to do the same. If they can't hold up to the exchanges, they're forced to ease off. And that's when Murtazaliev picks up the pace. There's nothing more dangerous than a power puncher with a strong chin to match. This makes his game more dynamic, allowing him to box from the outside, counter on mistakes, or draw opponents into exchanges where he excels. It takes a disciplined fighter to think strategically even during intense exchanges, always ensuring to react wisely. He takes steps when necessary to create distance and find openings to return fire. It's a true test of grit, where you must endure physical damage while maintaining mental toughness. When a fighter is willing to trade punches with you, there's always the risk of leaving yourself open when you attack. Facing a puncher who can strike first or counter afterwards is mentally exhausting. However, a puncher who can land blows simultaneously or between your own adds an entirely different level of threat. Murtazaliev is a throwback, hard-nosed puncher who takes the fight directly to his opponents. It's not just about skill, it's also a physical battle. He blends these two aspects to create a pressuring style. After earning respect of fans with his knockout of Zoo, it's now up to him to keep the spotlight on himself. Within the super welterweight division, there are plenty of sharks, and Murtazaliev is ready to take on all challengers.
Zeus still pressuring, but he's not
Oh, he
jabbing.
got dropped!